How do you turn $1,350 into potentially $50,000 or $100,000? Well, today we're going to talk about a crypto gaming project that I think will do really, really well. Now, again, I'm massively into Mavia. Like, I really love Mavia. There's many gaming projects that I think are going to do really well in the bull run. And also, I will do a video in the next couple of days, which is going to give you kind of my top 10 gaming projects. GFL won't be there, by the way. Can't stand GFL, right? Not the project, more the community. But you already know this. If you're a long term subscriber, me and GFL's community don't get on. So this is Heroes of Mavia. Um, some people are going to call it Mavia and go, you can't call it Mavia. It's definitely Mavia. Well, for me, I'm just going to call it Mavia. I apologize if the pronunciation is incorrect. So this looks really, really good to me. And I think there's a lot of legs in this, and I think there's a lot of potential. I think a lot of big influencers might be picking this up at some point, if not already. The price is low at the moment, considering where it's been. And I'll explain some kind of price targets in a little while. I'll show you the holders and different things like that. So command your army to victory, build your base, grow your army, and earn Ruby by conquering enemy bosses throughout Mavia. Now, there is a way now where you can trade Ruby for Mavia and Mavia for Ruby. I don't own this yet, so I'm going to tell you this early anyway, because I need to buy some of this before you guys start pumping it, which is obviously annoying because I need to go to work. I've got a night shift tonight, right? But I think that this could do really, really well, and there's a lot of reasons why I think it can. It's at a low price. The supply isn't that big either, and I think there's a lot of legs in this particular project. So, Explore Heroes of Mavia. We're on a mission to bring Web3 mobile gaming to the masses, explore the Mavia ecosystem and game, and prepare for an entirely new mobile gaming experience. So you can download the game on the Android store and the App Store. I'm an Apple guy more than Android, but they both serve a purpose, right? Get Mavia tokens, learn about the Mavia governance token and its utility and ecosystem, the DAO governance and things like that. Build, battle, and trade all on mobile. The Mavia ecosystem provides a full suite of tools that makes it a uniquely immersive experience. I'm not a gamer. I used to be. I used to love games. I'm going to give my age away a little bit, but I had like the Master System, the Mega Drive, the PS1. I even had Dreamcast at one point, an N64, a PS2, PS3, PS4. I never had a PS5, and I very rarely played the PS4 either because I didn't have the time. I got an Xbox One once. Was it Xbox One? It was the cream coloured one, but it was just before one of my children was going to be born, so I didn't really have the chance to play on it. Ended up selling it just before Christmas for a bit of a profit, actually, so I did quite well off that one. But I just didn't have the time to play it, so it is what it is. Games just became far too difficult to have the time to invest into them, which is good to a certain extent. But also, if you are a gamer, then you'll know more than me. Let me know what you think about these kind of games in the comments, because it's always interesting to see. Because gamers are obviously the ones who would drive this more, and then retail will come in and drive it further. So build your base to defend against enemy invaders. Your base is your home and must be defended at all costs. Strategically build walls, deploy turrets, and place traps in order to keep it's disappeared. In order to keep enemies away from your precious gold, oil, and ruby loot. Lead an army of infantry vehicles and air units. Choose from over 12 different infantry vehicle and air units to attack rival bases. With each unit has specific strengths and weaknesses. Making strategic planning essential before beginning the battle with your opponent. Earn Ruby and other in-game resources. You can acquire Ruby, Mavia's earnable in-game currency by winning offensive battles, completing challenges, and much more. Gold and oil are additional in-game resources which can base produces your and your army can steal from the player. So it reminds me of something like is it like a Farmville where you got to mine your stuff and get your stuff, and then stop other people invading your farm or whatever. If that's what Farmville does, I didn't play it, but that's what I think that in my head. That's how I imagine it would go. Because again, I'm not a gamer, but I do think the games will do really well. I think the gaming narrative is still yet to be really realized in this new bull run. Like Gala last bull cycle, Axie Infinity, things like that. They did incredible gains. And then if you look at metaverse stuff like Sandbox, Mana, things like that. So you can upgrade your base with heroes and statues. You can use gold and oil to upgrade the in-game capability of your base. Bases can be grown by upgrading it's disappeared again, the HQ level with gold heroes. Help your army attack opponents and defend your base. Statutes enhance your base's performance. You've got the Mavia DAO governance, Ruby Legendary Marketplace, Mavia Creator Program as well. But more than that, they've got a AAA art and development game studio, which I think is really, really good, under Skrice Studios or SK Rice. I'm not sure how they say it. Why can't anything just be called a simple name? It doesn't seem to happen anymore. It's what it is. But they're creating a high-quality 3D art and animations which aim to bring one of the highest quality games to mobile while onboarding Web 2 and Web 3 through a rich user experience. I've said this before. If you can amalgamate the Web 2 experience into Web 3, a lot of people playing these games won't even realize they're playing a crypto-based game, which is important because it's about popular, it's about demand. The more people use it, the better things are, the more that people will get used to how they play it, and it'll help the cryptocurrency because retail will see it more and go, oh, I know that, I'll buy that. Backed by world-class partners. This is interesting, right? So look at the selection of partners they've got there. They're quite big. You've got Binance Labs and Crypto.com, obviously being some of the biggest, but the Kick's in there. You've got Mechanism Capital, Delphi Digital. There's a lot of things in there that I think will do really, really well. Heroes of Mavia, you can have an update as well. You can read through those. I'm not going to go through all that today. Additional Mavia resources, you can check them too. And you can also look at Skrice, maybe. But there is a website for them as well, separately and independently, and there's a lot of information there as well. Do with that what you want. So its X page has 440,000 followers, which is massive, really, if you think about it. So it's interesting that they've got that many. So I still think that we're playing a game here that's ready to go. The actual token itself is here. You can have a little flick through, read about that. You can get it on Bybit, Binance, KuCoin. There's a load of different places you can get it from. It's now available. Mexi, Crypto.com. So it's had some of its big, it's listed on big exchanges, essentially. Here, you can see that its max supply is 250 million. I think that's great. It's currently priced at $1.38. Holders are slightly down, but if you actually look at the holders, most of it is Heroes of Mavia's vault. The rest of it is split between different exchanges and things like that. So to actually get the big whales in this, the biggest I can see is like 0.14%, which is good because I think that at least you're not expecting someone who's got like 20% is going to go, oh, as soon as it hits this, I'm dumping this and I'm off. This one seems to have a lot more spread, which I like. And yeah, I know people can have multiple wallets and they can kind of manipulate that to a certain extent, but it is a gauge at least. If not maybe an important gauge, it is still a gauge that you can look at. So $1.36, always come down a little bit. So what I'm saying is here, if we go down here, and if you buy $1,000 of Mavia right now, $1,360 of Mavia right now, you get 1,000 Mavia, right? Its all-time high was February at $10.59. Its all-time low was $1.07. So it's never been that low anyway. And at 136, max chart-wise, obviously you want to be buying here. No, you don't. That's $3.10. You want to be buying here at $1.11, things like that. But, and it looks like a dead chart. It does, to be fair. But we've not experienced the gaming phenomenon within this particular bull run at the minute. Heroes of Mavia released late into that, and I think that there's a big chance that this could really fly. For me, this has got bags of potential. I like its amount of supply. I like its circulating supply. Its trading volume over $10 million per 24 hours, or in the last 24 hours at least. If we look at Mavia's price with Gala's market cap now, you're looking at $19.55 per Mavia, a 14x. All-time high of Gala. Now, I know Gala's slightly different, and I know it was a different bull run. All-time high of Gala, it would put Mavia at $172.86, 127x. But that's at a $5.4 billion market cap, so I'm not expecting it to go that far. But it could still break $1 billion to 3, right? I'm not thinking it's going to go 4 or 5, but 3.5 is possible. Again, it's speculation and it all depends on adoption. And again, don't listen to a crypto YouTuber with price predictions because it's only what their opinion is. Like, this is my opinion. And again, it's not financial advice. but it's something to look into. It's something to at least take little snippets from. So you look at this here. This is what it would be like at $10. $10 Mavia, I think, is easily achievable. Like so easy. Like it's definitely going to happen, in my opinion. Again, in my opinion, it's a 625% rise from here. 25, which, bearing in mind your $1,300 that you've put in, would then be $25,000, is a 17x, and it would give you a market cap of $788 million. I think massively plausible. Another that I think is massively plausible is $50 per Mavia would give it a $1.6 billion market cap. Now, bearing in mind, during a bull run when everything's going insane, that doesn't seem so unreasonable. A 35x. So your $1,350 at this rate, you're talking $50,000 back. Now, the next one, which is obviously on the high side, is $100 Mavia. Now, I still think this is possible, but again, I'd be layering out between 25, 28, 40, 50. I'll be layering them out. I wouldn't hold anything to what my peak prediction would be, because what if it doesn't? What if it gets right next to it and then just drops? Then you've lost money, basically, because that bear market is unforgiving. We've lived through it the past few years. If you're new to cryptocurrency, believe me, understand bull and bear cycles. Bear cycles, they are the most stressful things in the world. Bull cycles, when they hit like the euphoria level, they're the best things in the world. But you have to know when to take profits, and don't try and hold on for your longest X, because it may never get there. And if it doesn't, it'll be back in that bear cycle, and potentially you could go to zero forever, or it could come back, but you're only going to be sitting there for at least 3 years holding it, right? But $3.2 billion market cap, so it's not what Gala got in 2021. Gala went over $5.4 billion market cap. 71x, $100 Mavia would turn you $1,350 in dollars to $100,000. And I think this is something that could potentially happen. However, if you take $80,000, are you going to go, oh, well, this is ridiculous. It didn't hit $100,000. You're a fraud. No, you'll be happy with $80,000 from $1,350, $1,350. I assure you, you'll be over the moon with that. I would be, because that would be at least a stepping stone of not having to go to work every day, do night shifts, day shifts, and be really tired. Like, I'm tired now recording the video, but it has to be done. It's all part of the plan, and it is what has to be done. Do you hold Heroes of Mavia? If you do, let me know in the comments below. Also, because you're going to anyway, let me know if it's Mavia or Mavia. I'm going to go for Mavia. It just rolls off the tongue better for me. Maybe it's the Scouse part, maybe it's the English part, I don't know. But that's how it rolls off the tongue for me anyway. So if you like this video, please smash the like button. I always appreciate you guys do that. Subscribe-wise, can you keep hitting the subscribe button? We really want to try and hit 5,000 subscribers as quickly as possible as we enter into the bull market. Wherever you're in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day, have an amazing evening. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye.